Monstrous, the lore, gore, and science behind your favorite monsters. Got some record books and haunted houses, ghosts, and monsters. Oh, that seems really scary. Well, maybe for story time today, we can read some monster books that aren't so scary. How about it, Mr. Mike?
Not scary monster books, huh, Harvey? That's what we want this week? I have just the books for you. Don't you worry. Well, I've got my trusty ukulele, so you know what time it is. Keep listening because you have things to do in this song. Oh yeah. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, spin around. If you're ready for a story, spin around. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, spin around. Now let's jump up high. If you're ready for a story, jump up high. If you're ready for a story, jump up high. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, jump up high. Now, if you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Make your hands nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. And we're ready for the first book of our story time today. Let's read about a terrible monster. But what does terrible mean? Does terrible mean awful and nasty and scary? Or does terrible mean just not good at something? Anyway, we're going to read Leonardo, the Terrible Monster by Mo Willems. Leonardo was a terrible monster. He couldn't scare anybody. He didn't have 1,642 teeth, like Tony. Note, not all teeth shown. And he wasn't big like Eleanor. And he wasn't just plain weird, like Hector. Leonardo tried hard to be very scary. But he just wasn't. One day, Leonardo had an idea. He would find the most scaredy cat kid in the entire world, and he'd scare the tuna salad out of him. So Leonardo researched until he found the perfect candidate. And that was Sam. Leonardo snuck up on the poor, unsuspecting boy. And the monster gave it all he had. Until the little boy cried. Yes! Cheered Leonardo. I've finally done it! I've scared the tuna salad out of somebody! No, you didn't! Snapped Sam. Oh, yeah? Replied Leonardo. Then why are you crying? My mean big brother stole my
action figure right out of my hands while I was still playing with it, and then he broke it on purpose, and it's my favorite toy, and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't, and I got so mad I kicked the table and stubbed my toe on the same foot that I hurt last month when I accidentally slipped in the bathtub after I got soap in my eyes trying to wash out the bird poo that my brother's cockatoo pooped on my head, and I don't have any friends, and my tummy hurts. That's why.
Well, then, Leonardo made a very big decision. It's okay. Instead of being a terrible monster, he would become a wonderful friend. But that didn't mean he couldn't try to scare his friend every once in a while. Boo! Did I get you? If so, that's okay. We're still friends, right? The end. All right, let's go sing another monster song, and then we'll get on with our story time. All right, we're back here for another song. This one is called Monsters Galore. So just do what I do, and we'll do it 2 times. Monsters galore. Can you roar? Roar! Monsters galore. Can you soar? Monsters galore, please shut the door. Monsters galore, fall to the floor. Ready to do it again? Monsters galore, can you roar? Roar! Monsters galore, can you soar? Monsters galore, please shut the door. Now monsters galore, fall to the floor. One more time. Monsters galore, can you roar? Roar! Monsters galore, can you soar? Monsters galore, please shut the door. And monsters galore, please fall through the floor. All right, we're back with another book about monsters. Specifically, what to tell a monster if you don't like monsters. Some people feel uncomfortable with monsters. Some people are scared of monsters, but you have the power to make those monsters go away. All you have to do is tell it to go away. That's all you've got to do. And that monster will be out of there. Believe me. So let's take a look at Go Away, Big Green Monster by Ed Emberley. Big Green Monster has 2 big yellow eyes, a long bluish greenish nose, a big red mouth with sharp white teeth, 2 little squiggly ears, scraggly purple hair, and a big scary green face. But you don't scare me. So go away, scraggly purple hair. Go away, 2 little squiggly ears. Go away, long bluish greenish nose. Go away, big green face. Go away, big red mouth. Go away, sharp white teeth. Go away, 2 big yellow eyes. Go away, big green monster. And don't come back until I say so. The end. See, you have the power to tell that big green monster what to do. That's right. So if you think you see one, you just tell it to go away, and it will listen to you. Believe me. Anyway, let's have another song, and then we'll get into another book. Okay. It's time for 5 little monsters to go to bed. But they don't want to go to bed. They're full of the sillies. So they're going to jump on the bed. 5 little monsters jumping on the bed. One fell off and bonked his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monsters jumping on the bed." 4 little monsters jumping on the bed. One fell off and bonked his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monsters jumping on the bed." 3 little monsters jumping on the bed. One flew off and bonked his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monsters jumping on the bed." 2 little monsters jumping on the bed. One tumbled off and bonked his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monsters jumping on the bed." 1 little monster jumping on the bed. He fell off and bonked his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monsters jumping on the bed." No monsters jumping on the bed. But nobody said anything at all about jumping on the couch. All right, we've got one final book to share today, and it's about monsters with a job. Did you know that monsters could have a job? Oh yeah, these monsters are heroes. This is the This is the Emergency Monster Squad. And hey, look at, they're driving an ambulance. Get it? Well, an EMT worker is an emergency worker. And it's the people who come that you call when someone gets very sick or if they're hurt. You usually dial 911 for an emergency and you ask for help. The EMS, the Emergency Monster Squad, well, probably not in real life, the EMS, the Emergency Medical Service, will show up and help take care of whatever's going on. So let's check it out. Let's see who the Emergency Monster Squad is. Okay, so we've got a paramedic, the EMT, emergency medical technician, and there's the ambulance. This is Sally, and this is Gus, the 2 heroes who ride together at the Monster Squad bus. It's a difficult thing to be called to save lives, so Sally gets ready. Gus mostly drives. There's only one thing, and we swear this is true. Please don't say quiet around an ambulance crew. Duh, you have a quiet shift. Oof. 'Cause once you say quiet, you know what comes next? Emergency call for a pain in the chest. Oh, get out of the way, Gus says with a sigh. And everyone does, except for one guy. There's always one guy. Seriously. At last on the scene, there's a zombie called Bill. He's sweating profusely and says he feels ill. Sally runs a few tests as a good medic should, and everything's normal, which, for a zombie, ain't good. So it's off to the hospital, fast as they can. Gus turns on the lights and the sirens, and then... Look out! There's a skeleton down in the street. He seems to be missing the bones in his feet. His kneecap is off, and so is his shin. Gus pulls the truck over, and Sally tells him, hop in. Ugh, says the zombie. I have a request. Can you all just be quiet? I'm trying to rest. Did someone say quiet? Did that really just happen? Then out of the shadows comes old Mama Kraken. Yes, old Mama Kraken is in need of a hand. Her eggs are all hatching and she's stuck on dry land. Help! Gus pulls the truck over and she climbs in the back. As soon as she does, the eggs start to crack. Oh, baby cracking. And again they get rolling to the hospital quick with the newborns, the injured, and also the sick. At last, all good monsters arrive safe and sound. They together say thank you, and then something profound. You guys are our heroes. You're really the best. Hope the rest of your night's quiet, and y'all get some rest. And then they have on the back what's called the glossary. Yeah, the glossary is just going to define and tell you what some of the bigger words in the book mean so you can understand better. So there you go. We learned a little bit more about emergency response teams, and we had a couple laughs too. This is a fun rhyming and monster book. Anyway, that about does it for story time today. Let's go sing the goodbye song. That was a great story time today. All 3 books were amazing. I'm glad we could find some monster books that weren't all scary. Well, it's that time though. It's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Well, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yee-haw! Well, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yee-haw! Oh, it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yee-haw! Well, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yee-haw! Well, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yee-haw! Well, it's time to say goodbye. Oh, it's time to say goodbye. Yeah, it's time to say goodbye to all my friends. Yee-haw! See you next time for story time anytime that's convenient for you. Bye, everybody.